He had this saying that said, everything that happens in baseball happens in life, everything that happens in life happens in baseball. And in baseball, someone would hit a home run, watch the home run go over the fence, and think this is my Sports Center moment. And then they run around the field and it's all about them. An old school value and principle would be, it's not about you. And I think those sorts of values and principles that we lived our lives on, that Dad constantly remembered to teach us about, I think there's a yearning for those old school principles.
He wouldn't ask you to do anything that he wouldn't do himself. So I can recall the base running drills. He'd be the first one around the bases, taking proper leads, how to watch the pitcher and when you take your lead, sliding in the bases. Nobody wants to do sliding drills, but he would do them first.
He just looked at me, he goes, it's only one game. I said, it was a nice win, but it's only one game. We gotta go get him tomorrow. I just go, wow. That's a mentality that when you're a young guy, you're just in your first couple of years in the big leagues, all you're dreaming about is getting to the World Series, we're in a pennant race, that's all we can think about. But now as a coach, as a leader, as an influence on the younger players, I just looked over that day and when he told me that, I go, yeah, you're right.
He had a saying, great to be young and an Oriole. I never dreamed of playing for anybody else. When you put in work, you should expect some kind of success. And it was about carrying yourself in the right way. You don't go out do a lot of talking, you just go about doing your business.
We had discussions about the game itself and how games might have turned on one little play here and there. And he was, you could tell that he was totally into every single pitch because something you might have overlooked, he would bring up, how one thing had led to another during the course of the game.
I know that when he was not feeling very well there at the end, me and Doug DeSensei went to visit him in the hospital. And we were getting a little grief on entering, and he could hear the voices. He knew, let my sons in here. Right away, we were in, but it was, and still we had a chance to visit with him. And I tell you, for the longest, it was tough not tearing when you talked about this man because you knew he cared.
What you did on a baseball field, you would have a way to do in life. During the course of a ball game, everybody must work together to get something accomplished. So just the way he handled himself and how he carried himself, translates into what we do now. There's instant leadership that comes out from certain kids that you see on a baseball field now. They come to the forefront, the teamwork, the respect, it all kind of blends, and it all started for us on the baseball field, and now we're kind of letting it filter into our everyday life.
This is my first time actually playing like baseball in front of people. I've never played in front of people before, but when I was with the Boys and Girls Club, I got some, more experience with it.
This was his first opportunity to really go outside of his neighborhood, so I was a little hesitant about him actually participating. He actually was a little hesitant. But once he got to meet the coordinators and the children, he was quite happy and very eager to get up in the morning to go. The purpose for the young men are to develop them into men, how to be valuable citizens and to be able to get along with other people.
Basically, when you have an opportunity to do something, you need to just try it. Even though if you're not good at it, just try to do it.
The fundamental legacy of the Cal Senior Foundation is that we were able to communicate a message of need for kids, to get in front of kids, to hopefully partner with everybody else that cares about kids and understands that kids are the future. So I think the legacy would be that we were somewhat the glue that started to glue together a lot of people who care about kids.
And we know if we can bring them in and we can build them a field that they actually come out there on it and get wowed. They see that there's something out there. We're not trying to breed Major League Baseball players, but if we can give these kids a chance, if we can influence them on making better choices when they go back into their area, then we're doing the right thing. It's just to continue to help these kids have a chance. And if we can show them that there's still people out there that care and we can influence their decisions, then we're doing a good thing.